Good morning. I might look a bit shaky and tall today, that's because Kira's behind the camera. Hello Kira. I'm just going to do a bit of a worm clip today. Rather a long and tedious job, as others know. These worms in here are the ones from the blue barrel. As you can see, they're very tiny. They're not as big as the other ones. I'll show you later on the ones in the barrel down the back. They've done really well. So I'm going to have to rethink about the way I'm doing this. But as you can see, the casting's wonderful. It's beautiful casting. Doing a bit of a two-stage job here. I'm sifting through it in one tray and then slowly emptying it into the other. Last time I think I filmed, I showed me rescuing every little egg. Not doing that this time. The eggs can go out into the barrels in the gardens and live off the organic matter in there. They can hatch in there. I'm just worried about worms this time. So
down to the other worm barrel.
This is the outside worm barrel. This is the one we set up a while ago just to see how it would go, and it's got horse manure in it and a whole heap of stuff from around the place. It was actually right up overflowing when we first did it. So let's turn him over and show you the state of the worms in here.
Let's find some worms.
There we go. That's the worms in here. Big, happy, healthy fellas. I put a handful of these guys in. They've gone absolutely crazy.
They're compost worms.
Yes, that's right. They're red wriggler compost worms, the same as the ones we're working on up there. So I'm starting to change the way I'm thinking about doing this worm farming. I plan on from now on doing it this way, with at least 2 or 3 barrels, and I'll keep the blue barrel and the worm farm going up under the house as well. Afternoon, Wormtoberfest day 2. So we've sort of hit up the feeding end a bit of a mother load, and it's started to get really slow harvesting because see there's a nice big one there. Try and break him off. See how pedantic I am. Not only the big one, but I want this small one as well. So I'd like to get this all done by the weekend just so we can pull out the blue barrel and refurbish it ready for... You're right there, Kira?
Yes.
I've lost my train of thought. Back to the station. Rightio. Okay, I'd like to pull the blue barrel out and do a bit of a refurbishment in it, fix it up, and we'll put some straight horse manure through it and see if the worms can work their magic on that. And we'll also add some other bits and pieces from time to time. That's pretty much all it for day number 2, unless I come across a ginormous 6-foot long worm other than myself. I just thought I'd show you. I've come up with a bit of a method of searching through the castings looking for worms. What I'm doing to harvest them is I'm pulling them out on little seed mini greenhouse trays, and I'm breaking up the clumps. Do you want to go around and show them? So then the worms can go happily into their coconut coir and horse manure home in there, which is their halfway house between there and the new homes we're going to make up. What I do is I grab a handful of castings and I sort of crumble it over here, seeing if I've missed any worms. Shoulder cam. So there we go. And what happens is a lot of the worms, like this one here, will stick to the plastic, or they make themselves shown by wriggling around trying to bury out themselves underneath. There's a little tiny one. So trying to get as many as possible. I know there's probably a lot of people think I'm going a bit over the top with this, but I'm trying to get as many worms as I can because I've got to share some out. See, there's another one down there. Just little tiny itty bitty ones. Trying to share them out amongst friends and family as well, so I've promised some to some people. And these little ones will all grow into nice big ones. So it'd be nice if I can save as many as possible. Right, well, we've finished the blue barrel and this is what we've got. 4 buckets, almost 4 buckets of castings, and The castings are made from horse manure, coconut coir, vegetable scraps, garden scraps, bits and pieces from around the house. I've added rock dust in at certain times as well. These buckets are 15 litres or 4 gallons each, so we've got roughly about 55 litres worth of castings here, so very happy with that. If you'd just like to come up here, young Kira. Someone asked how many we thought we had in here, how many worms weight wise we had in this barrel, so I'm not too sure. So if you look just at the massive amounts of worms in here, there's a lot of babies, a lot of them you won't be able to see. I'd say we're well and truly over the pound of worms we've taken out of there. So yeah, we've got not as many big ones as I thought we'd have. We've got more of the small ones. So these are going to be split up. I'm going to give my mother probably about that many for her to go and put in her garden bed. And the rest we're going to split up to other buckets around the house. Right, this is the normal black one. Oh, we've got some action down here. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, all down here there's worms eating some food I prepared earlier. Oh, they are nice and big and happy, aren't they? Mm. This bed here, I've down the bottom, oh, they're a lot bigger than the other one.
Yep.
I'm surprised. Right, I put in a mangle. There was a large mangle that was in the way in the garden, so I put him through with some banana skins and other kitchen scraps through the food processor and put that down here. This is the next one to be harvested. Right, well, I got a bit carried away and I harvested this black tray over here, the metal tray from the black worm farm, and I was quite pleasantly surprised. While I didn't get a lot of worms out of here, there are a whole heap of egg cases all the way through it. So, a lot more than the other one. The finished product isn't as refined, or what I would call refined. There's a lot of organic matter from the horse manure still in it. This is the one from the blue barrel. So from this whole tray, that's all the worms I got. So to me that just says that they like their little mangle treat on the top layer, and they're all up in there. I had a bit of a dig around and there's actually hundreds of little fellas tucking into the mangle. So I'll put this in this one here. This one, just pop those in. This is just horse manure, as you can see from the size of this worm. Very happy in there. There's some more down in there. It's just a barrel I've left here under the stairs. Let's see if I dig down a bit deeper and see what I come up with. Oh, look at him. What the size of him? Oh, and there's some eggs. There's a nice healthy looking egg and a couple more big fat ones. So that's what I'm going to pretty much all be doing from now on. Just barrels, horse manure, and nice big fat healthy compost worms. So just a couple of things I've learnt from this Wormtoberfest. I think they're a lot happier eating horse manure than anything else. The size of those worms is just pretty amazing when you compare what was in the black farm and the blue barrel. So I'm going to pretty much all stick with that formula and just supplement the feedings with the harder veggies, the chunks, like the mangle and that I put through the food processor. And yeah, just feed them horse manure. I will be leaving the horse manure in a bag for a week or two, just to make sure any worm medicines that the horse or drenches that the horse have had is killed off and won't kill the worms, because it will kill them, they are worms. Yeah, so I'll just show you what I've got to feed the guys I've got at the moment. I've got another black barrel. This one here already had sifted horse manure in it, so I'm just going to wet that down and throw some worms in there straight away. I've got 4 bags of horse manure left there. I've got another drum there I could use, another one here I could use. Got one, so that's bag number 5 of horse manure there, empty. And this is what I sifted through this morning. So I've got this to feed the little fellas at the moment. So I'm going to get stuck into that and set them all up and find places that are partly sheltered. I think under the stairs is a good area. Yeah, so that's Wormtoberfest all up and done. Finished playing with my poo. I tell you what, makes your hands nice and soft. Have a good one.